Welcome, everybody, to the 250th episode of Mystery Minifigure.
250th.
And I know it's the 50th episode, but we do have something special today.
Oh, nothing under the cup.
The Ninjago Character Encyclopedia! Woo! Now, you may be asking, if you've been with Mystery Minifigure for a while, why are we doing a character encyclopedia for episode 250 and not like 300? Well, you'll see why when we get to episode 300, but for now, let's just focus on the original LEGO Ninjago Character Encyclopedia. So let's take a look at that exclusive Lloyd minifigure. The exclusive Lloyd minifigure is the kimono suit Lloyd. That's the variant that they have in this book. This is right before he became the Golden Ninja, and this was during the final battle wave of Ninjago from 2013, but this is a 2012 minifigure because it was kind of like an early release with the book, and you can see his torso printing right there. Now, I have done other kimono ninja for Mystery Minifigure before, but here's Lloyd. There's his face, and that's the old Lloyd face that they used to use on the older ones. And here's the back. That's when he's kind of scared, I guess. Let me take off his head real quick so you can see the back printing. There's the back printing, and I think that's a snake because he released the Serpentine accidentally, or not accidentally, on purpose. Well, I guess it was accidentally at first, but then he started releasing the other tribes on purpose. But yeah, that is Lloyd Garmadon in his kimono suit. So let's move on to the character encyclopedia. So here is the book itself. Let me move Lloyd out of the way so we can crack this thing open. Now, this is extremely outdated. There's a more updated version, which you might see soon on Mystery Minifigure. And yeah, let's get to it. This came out in 2012. It's got a pretty cool cover. I like that cover quite a bit. There's Kai doing his flame spin jitsu. And then there's the ninja, all with Sensei Wu, or Master Wu as they call him now. Here's Jay. If you slither or rattle, prepare to do battle. I like that. And here's the Welcome Brave Ninja. And if you want to read, you can feel free to pause. I just kind of want to move through this quickly because I will be looking at every single page. And here is the history of Ninjago. You can see there's Sensei Wu, Lord Garmadon, and there's the map that they had in the pilot seasons. They talk about Spinjitzu right there. Alright, sorry for that weird pause. My dog started barking. But anyway, here's the first chapter. It is the Ninja versus Skeletons. This was the pilot season, so we got Kai and I think that's Bonsai, his name might be. Then we have Lord Garmadon returns. We got the dragons, the ninja down there, and there's ZX and DX for J. Meet the Ninja. We have the 4 original Ninja, Nia, and Master Wu. Then there's Wu again.
Ooh.
Here's Kai, and this is the original version of Kai, which looks really good in my opinion. And they just have like the spinners and stuff, since they didn't really have a lot to write about back then, since they only had 2 seasons worth of stuff. Here's Nia, Sister of Fire. Now she's currently the Water Ninja, so things change. There's the blacksmith shop, which is kind of refreshing to see after seeing the Hands of Time, because blacksmithing was a big part of that with Ray and Maya. Here we have Sensei Wu, and then here's the Spinjitzu Dojo, which is where Wu and the first Spinjitzu master originally had their whole thing set up. Here's Jay. Then we got Cole and Zane. It's funny to see Zane in his original form because he's changed so much over the course of the show. Here's the Mountain Shrine, which I think it's kind of an ugly build, if we're being honest. Here's the Training Outpost and the Ambush Shrine. And these were nice, small builds, little impulse buys. Here's the Fire Temple, which is incredible, one of my favorite Ninjago temples. Here we have Kai DX and his Fire Dragon, and I love the artwork that they put up there. It looks very authentic. Then there's JDX and the Lightning Dragon. Let's see. Next up we have Cole DX and his Earth Dragon, which doesn't have any wings, but in the show it has wings, which was kind of weird. And then here's Zane DX and his Ice Dragon. Then we have Meet the Skeleton Army, or the Skulkin Army as they're usually referred to as. We have Garmadon before he grew 4 arms. Got Samukai and then the rest of the skeletons. There's Samukai again with the golden weapons, which was his fatal flaw. There's Lord Garmadon, and I love that picture of Garmadon right there. Because like I said, just looks very authentic and dark. And then there's Samukai yet again. Moving on, we have Frackjaw, which is one of the most common skeletons. He actually came in a Day of the Departed set. There's a Turbo Shredder. And a lot of these skeleton vehicles I never really cared for that much. When Ninjago first came out, I just bought a lot of the spinners in 1 or 2 sets. Here's Crazy, but spelled with a K. Ooh,
Crazy.
That's crazy. And we have Chopov. And then the Skull Motorcycle, which is... I feel like it's too long of a build. And then Bonsai, or Bonsai, however you want to say that. And almost skipped a page, but there we go. There's the Ninja Battle Arena, which is a fun little Spinjitzu battle area. Skeleton Bowling. I remember this set. I have this one. That was fun. And they had that Bionicle piece up there, which I thought was very interesting. Here's Cruncha, one of the main skeleton generals. And we have the Skullcopter, which I always love it when they do bad guy vehicles like the Snake Helicopter or Rattlecopter. I liked quite a bit. And they used some of the fantasy era skeleton heads there, which was a nice little reference. We have Whiplash right there, which I don't think showed up in the show at all. Here's the Skull Truck, which I do like the look of. Here's Knuckle. And we have Knuckles ATV, which that's just bad in my opinion. It's really ugly. But this set is not ugly. It's very good. Dark Fortress. This was a very fun set. And then we move on to weapons. Ooh, everybody's favorite category. And kinds of iconic weapons in there. And a lot of these weapons are just pretty random. So, there's that. And one last shot of Kai fighting Samukai in the Dark Fortress. And we move on to the Ninja versus the Serpentine, where we got Cole ZX and Scales, which is one of my favorite Serpentine members. There's the Great Devourer. Lloyd is a kid, and Lloyd, when he's all grown up, is the Green Ninja. This is when he did start to show up. We have Sensei Wu again, and all 4 of the original ninjas. And would you look at that, the original Destiny's Bounty. That's a classic set, because at the time of this recording, we have one for Possession, the Ninjago movie, and there was even the Destiny Shadow. There's Kai ZX and his Blade Cycle, which I don't usually like it when they do motorcycle builds like this that are huge, but I actually do like the look of this one quite a bit. And we have JZX, which I have like a million of. He was pretty common. And there's a Storm Fighter, which is another good set, although I do like Kai's fighter a little bit more from Rebooted. There's Samurai X, the original Samurai X when it was Nia, not the Mystery Samurai X, which I think is Pixel. And we have the Samurai Mech right here, which was one of my first reviews, and if you go back and watch that, which I would not recommend, it's pretty bad and cringy. Here's Cole ZX. And we have his Tread Assault, which I can't decide if I like the look of this or not. It's just very unorthodox for a Lego build. Here's Zane ZX and his snowmobile up there. And we have the Ultrasonic Raider. Now this was a cool vehicle in the show. It did play a pretty big role in a lot of the filler episodes, unfortunately, though. And then we have the Kendo Ninja NRG, which the NRG are very expensive nowadays. Here's the Green Ninja, and there's the Kimono, Let me get some more light on that page. There you go. And that looks familiar, right? And let's see. Next page, we have Meet the Serpentine. We got Pythor and some of the Hypno Bride. We have the Fangpire, the Venomari, and Constricti. There's Pythor again. And of course, this came out before the Anachondri in Tournament of Elements, so they don't expand upon the Anachondri. There's Lord Garmadon with 4 arms. Lloyd when he was just a kid. And I like the little Easter egg with the 5 pointing to it's going to be the 5th ninja. There's the Venomari Shrine, which was another small impulse buy. The Sidicus, who was pretty cool. Spitta, which always makes me think of Spit Bricks, I should say. I always call them Spitta Bricks. There's Lasha, which is a good-looking snake. Lasha's Bite Cycle, which I forgot that set existed in the first place. It's kind of forgettable, in my opinion. And then we have, Fang Tom. He is one of my favorite Serpentine, because of the 2 heads, and Fang Dam. I like Fang Tom more just because he's the general of the Fangpire. Here we have the Fangpire Truck, which looks a lot better than like the Skull Truck, in my opinion. Then this is a unique set, the Fangpire Wrecking Ball. Very interesting. We have Fang Sui, which is kind of a weird name, but I dig it. Here's the Rattlecopter I was talking about earlier, which I just love the look of. I really wish I got that set when it came out back in the day. Speaking of sets I forgot existed, here's another one I forgot that existed. It's a Fangpire Mech, which I think was a Walmart exclusive, but I could be wrong on that. There's Snappa, which reminds me of Snapple. Scales. Slithera. Rattler. And Mesmo. And then we have Scalador, another Serpentine General. Baitar. Chokun. And Snike, which I like the name Snike for a snake. There's Pythor. Really love that artwork up there with Lloyd in the picture. We have the Snake Arena with the dragon for the ninjas and the snake for the Serpentine, obviously. And we have the Epic Dragon Battle right here, which is a great set. I've reviewed it, so be sure to check that out. Here's some more weapons for year 2. There's all the staffs of the generals, and they never had the Anachondri staff, which I was kind of sad about, but that's alright. Anyway, here's the battle shot of Garmadon killing the Devourer with the golden weapons, a turning point in the show. Here we go. Here's an interesting page. And beyond. Having defeated the skeleton army and the Serpentine, the ninja will soon be ready to face a new challenge. In the meantime, turn the page to discover all the information you could ever need to know about all the LEGO Ninjago sets and minifigures. Go in peace, Ninja Warrior. And I remember when I got this back in 2012, freaking out seeing 2013 Stone Warrior in the book, so that was pretty cool back then. Here we have the minifig gallery. We have year 1, which that one I would consider to be year 3, but it's technically year 2 since it came out in 2012. We have the Serpentine there, and here's the set gallery, which is really small compared to the updated character encyclopedia. And then there's the instructions on how to build Lloyd. And yeah, that is the Ninjago character encyclopedia. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I'll catch you again for another episode of Mystery Minifigure.